Cut away the nylon bands and lift the box top from the crate. Pull out all the plastic and styrofoam from the bike.
Remove the front fender from the wrapping and set it aside. Cut the zip ties from the front wheel and keep it nearby. Pull the handlebars out from next to the rear wheel. Now grab the accessories box from below the bike. Open the box up and pull out all the parts from inside. Unwrap them and keep them handy. Unscrew the nut from the shipping axle and pull the axle out. Pull the caliper block out from in between the brake pads. Take the axle spacers from the accessories box and put one on each side of the front wheel hub. Set the bike up on a motocross motorcycle stand or something similar. Lift the front wheel into place, being careful to insert the brake rotor between the brake pads. Insert the axle through the brake side fork leg first, then through the other leg. Thread the axle nut onto the axle. Using a torque wrench with an 18mm socket on the nut and a 17mm wrench on the axle bolt, torque the axle to 35 Nm. Cut the rear wheel free from the crate and remove all of the wire connecting it to the pallet. Remove the wooden shipping block from the top of the fork. Put the handlebars in place. Now bolt them on with the top clamps and bolts provided in the accessory box using a 6mm hex wrench. Thread the bolts in only a few turns so you can rotate the bars and get the handlebar control units into place. Open up the throttle clamp with a number 2 screwdriver by unscrewing the 2 screws so the throttle can be slid onto the right side of the handlebar. Be sure to set the locking pin into the hole on the handlebars before tightening down the clamp. Slide the throttle into place and tighten up the screws to lock it down. Completely remove both screws from the left side control unit. Open up the clamp and place it onto the left side of the handlebars. Once again, be mindful of the set pin and the hole it locks into on the handlebars. Now, tighten all the screws. Rotate the bars into position and torque the bolts down to 35 Nm by alternating between bolts while keeping the clamps even and working in a cross pattern. Install the brake levers with the master cylinder up. Put the white dot on the handlebar directly in between the seam of the brake lever's clamp. Snug up the lever clamp bolts to finger tight. Attach the battery cable clamp lever and clamp the cable onto the battery output port. Install the front fender under the lower fork crown with a 5mm hex wrench. Place the rubber cover on the axle nut. Snap your seat into place and try the seat lock with the provided key. To power your Rexx up, place the RFID card over the sensor behind the headset on top of the frame. Let's lock those brake levers down now. Use an 8mm socket on your adjustable torque wrench and torque the bolts to 10 Nm. Your Rexx is ready to rip!